Good Wednesday evening. Happy hump day at 6:30. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Burchett, joined by meteorologist Kit Thomas as always, and meteorologist Daniel McDonald. We are here for ABC 24 Weather Impact Now. It is the only all-local weather 30-minute show that you will find here in the Mid-South. And with 30 minutes, we have a lot more time. We do a really deep dive into the forecast, not only to tell you what's going to happen, but why it's happening and what we're seeing on down the road. We also always throw in a couple of cool or interesting things that we think you might like to see. So you can catch us here every Monday to Friday at 6:30, same time, same place. If this is your first time, though, thank you for joining us. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about what's going on up in the atmosphere, and it all comes down to that jet stream that we've been talking about. We talked about it yesterday. We've still got this ridge of high pressure that is really dominating most of the country. It's almost like a bubble of heat that's taken over the west, and that's starting to influence our weather as well. That jet stream being so far north, well, it means we're going to stay mostly dry. Not much of any storm system, at least not a strong one, is able to get going without the influence of that jet stream. And you see how far north it is? That's why it's been a pretty quiet and dry spring so far. Now, as we look ahead, especially by tomorrow, that high pressure zone starts to slide more to the east, and that's going to increase our temperature even more as we look ahead to tomorrow. Could even be some record highs. We were warmer today. We made it to 82 degrees. Average high is 67. Actually not far from the record today. That's 84 set back in 1910. But you will notice today we were above average. We'll even be more above average for tomorrow. No rain in the bucket. Don't expect much of that, at least for tomorrow. This evening looks nice. No chance of rain. Clear sky. Temperatures holding in the 70s through at least 10 o'clock, and then we'll eventually drop into the 60s for your low temperature. Again, we just told you average low is in the 40s. So while 60 is still a little on the cool side, it's well above what our normal low temperature is for this time of year. Mostly clear, no rain chance, but that southerly wind continues, and that's going to help to keep those temperatures elevated, not only for tonight, but also for tomorrow. So we'll start off sunny, and we will stay sunny all through the day. I don't think we see hardly a cloud in the sky. It is going to be a beautiful Thursday. It's just going to be a very warm Thursday, starting off in the 60s. Nice morning if you want to get out early for some exercise or to take the dog out. But then look what happens by the afternoon. Again, with that southerly gusty wind, we get all the way up to 85 or 86 degrees by the afternoon. And that wind could be something you notice through the day, especially once we get closer to lunchtime and further into the afternoon. We could see gusts that get up to 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. And with the sunshine, the warm breeze, that's when we are going to be seeing more and more of those temperatures climbing on up. So across the Mid-South, here's what things look like. 85 in Memphis, 85 for Holly Springs and Oxford, 86 in Corinth and Forest City, 87 in Bolivar, Dyersburg, and Covington. Again, that area of high pressure really keeping us under this warm air dominated weather pattern. Also looks very dry tomorrow and cloud-free. When high pressure is in control, it kind of caps off the atmosphere. Nothing's able to rise, so no rain and no cloud cover. But again, very warm, 85. Could be a degree or two warmer than that, depending on where you are. But it does look like mid to upper 80s across the Mid-South. Now we want to check in with meteorologist Kit Thomas. He's over at the Weather Wall. Kit, we're talking about the record highs. We've seen a lot of them already. We had records this weekend. Couple of record colds mixed in too, but definitely much more in the way of record heat than record cold that we're seeing lately.
Yeah, so far we've only had one record cold temperature all year. It was, back in that big Arctic outbreak that we had in the early part of the year. But then we've also seen some record warm low temperatures. So a record high minimum, and we've also seen several record high maximums so far. So if we do get that record of 85 tomorrow afternoon, or if we get only to 85, we wouldn't quite set the record. But if we do get to 86 or higher, that will tie or break that record set back in 1907. And it's It's not just here in Memphis. This is a same story that we've talked about all week, all the way from the desert Southwest into the Central Plains, into the Memphis area here and across the Midwest there. We've got many places likely to see high maximum temperatures. We've also got numerous high minimums possible, but here in Memphis, it doesn't look like we'll get quite that warm. The record high minimum is actually 70 degrees, so not getting that warm, but still, look at these temperatures here. In these colors in red, that's upwards of 25 to 35 degrees above normal across a wide swath here. We're not quite 30 degrees above normal, but we're still around 20 degrees above average here in the Mid-South as we head into tomorrow. So it is going to be another warm day. It looks like we cool off a little bit, and in the long range, when we start to get back up into the 80s, Trevor, I don't think we're getting quite to those records just yet. As we get to the later part of March into April, the records continue to climb, and it doesn't look like we're going to see that high pressure ridge stick around into April.
Yeah, we've been talking, Kit, a lot about how this type of weather pattern is a lot more something that we see in the summertime with these record high temperatures and that dome of high pressure. But we are getting it pretty early this year. And again, some record highs possible tomorrow. 85, 86. Kit and I have been kind of back and forth on that number. But either way, mid to upper 80s, we're going to be very close to that record. We'll see if we get it. Kit's going 86. I've got 85, so a little behind the scenes there. We'll see who is closer by tomorrow. Everybody, though, going to be close, if not exceeding that record high for tomorrow. Sunshine, though, a little breezy. It's also very dry, so that kind of combines to pose a risk of some fire danger, which is something that we have to talk about, and Kit's going to have a lot more on that coming up as well. Friday, we get a cold front. It's not a big one, but there is a cold front that comes in. We'll start off in the 70s. We'll drop through the day. It could provide a sprinkle, but I don't think it's that impressive of a front to really bring that much rain. I don't think it's going to be anything that disrupts your Friday, but there could be a sprinkle or two. And then cooler by Saturday, actually back to near normal, waking up in the 40s on Saturday, highs in the 60s with beautiful sunshine on Saturday. If you felt like it's been a little too warm today, Saturday's going to be that perfect day. I know I was out this past weekend when we hit records and we were at 86. It was a little hot out there for me, so 63 with sunshine is a much more typical, comfortable springtime day. So Saturday and the weekend look just great. Focusing in on Friday, though, again, we've got this cold front that slides in. We start off in the 70s in the morning, and then temperatures drop through the day as that front passes. There could be just enough moisture to squeak out a shower or two, but again, rain odds are pretty low for Friday. Look at your temperature profile, though. You can kind of see when the front hits you. We start off in the 70s, and then through the day, we just kind of slowly decline. Eventually, by the evening hours, 40s and 50s. So even if it starts off pretty warm on Friday, we will see those temperatures drop by Friday evening and especially Friday night. Here's the latest hour by hour for Friday. This will show you where the rain is likely, and it's going to show you that it's not really that likely. Through the morning, I think we're totally dry. Lunchtime still looks great. There's noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Notice a couple of blips of green on the radar. Not much, but this could be just enough of a sprinkle here or there to maybe make you use those windshield wipers or just get that umbrella open for a quick second. There's 6 p.m., maybe some more rain indicated in North Mississippi by then, but this would be very light rain, mainly just some sprinkles. So if you have plans Friday evening or Friday night, I don't think this is anything you need to move the plans indoors for. Just be aware there could be a couple of sprinkles Friday evening or Friday night. Really doesn't even amount to much. If you have a rain gauge, even if you see some sprinkles, you're going to be counting raindrops. It's really not that much rain expected for Friday. Now, looking ahead to next week, I think we hit April 1st and we'll kind of flip a switch back into more of a typical springtime weather pattern. It looks like we'll get a little more active, more storm systems coming in, a better chance of some rain and thunder through the first week of April, the first few days of April. So the rest of March looks pretty quiet, pretty dry, but by April, we could start to get more in the swing of those rain chances, thunderstorm chances coming through. Hard right now to pinpoint or to say if there are any severe weather risks, but as we go into April, that is typically our busiest month for severe weather for the most part. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, but it certainly looks like a little more rain on the way early April. Of course, you can always keep an eye on the radar. If you scan that QR code right there, that takes you to our ABC 24 app for your phone or for your smart TV. You can watch our coverage there all the time. even when we're not on TV. Or you can also just watch the radar. We've got some music. It zooms around. It's almost like your own little personal weather station. So scan that code there, and that will take you to download the app. For now, though, forecast not showing much rain. 80s for tomorrow with plenty of sunshine near a record high. Friday, we get the cold front, so we start off in the 70s, but it's going to be in the 50s by Friday night. So put a little star next to that. It's going to be colder Friday night, maybe a couple of sprinkles, but odds are pretty low. Beautiful, sunny, cool weekend. 63 on Saturday, 70s on Sunday. A lot more spring-like this weekend than the heat that we saw last weekend with plenty of sun. Closer to 80 next week. Dry to start, but again, by Thursday or Friday, looks like some more rain could be on the way. Now, as the patterns change, if you have any weather photos, any weather videos that you want to see, we want to invite you to share them with us. You can scan this QR code, and that will take you to the ABC 24 Weather Watchers Facebook group. You can share your own photos from your backyard, our storm reports as they come in. You can also see what everybody else is reporting from their corner of the Mid-South. All right, stay with us right here on ABC 24 Weather Impact Now. More on that fire danger coming up after this.